Hello, everybody. Welcome to the next New Earth TV Live here on a Sunday morning. Of course, I was not able to do it on Friday. Had a lot of special things I was doing on the Friday. So again, making up for it this week with a special Sunday broadcast of New Earth TV Live. So I've kind of beefed things up a little bit more with the OBS studio here. As you guys see here, the ticker just below. And of course, as always, when we start off with the New Earth TV Live, we're going to get into announcements. But today, of course, today we're going to be doing another guided meditation for the Earth, a group healing, and then we're going to get into Q&A as well, too, for everybody. So, thank everybody for being here, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So the first thing is the Healing Code Cards Body Deck. Okay, digital and printed versions for the Body and Mind Deck are now available. So like I said, Amazon.com currently doesn't have the Healing Code cards in stock, so because there's a lot of delays, there's a lot of backlogging relating to customs in that way. So there's a lot of backlog in there. There's 2 boxes I have sent to Amazon, but they're still not at the fulfillment centers yet. So hopefully it'll be soon. But nonetheless, no matter where you are in the world, Canada, US, Germany, UK, Australia, etc., just go to healingcodecards.com, right? And you can order there, as I do ship these worldwide. So again, the digital versions and the printed versions of both decks are available. There's also another announcement that I'm creating the Healing Code Cards Body Deck Special Edition, right? So that's going to retire the old body deck, right? So the first version, where we have the 36 cards, that is going to be retiring itself out very soon. So after that, there's going to be the new one, the special edition. A special edition contains 44 cards. Some of those cards are actually the ones that you would find in the free samples, right? And there's a couple brand new cards that are coming as well too, and it will be in a tin box, so you won't have to worry about the tuck boxes anymore. This is just for the body deck, right? So it's the body deck special edition. I'm looking to see if I can get that out by early summer, hopefully by maybe May or June, around that time. But it's going to be a very unique looking deck, and I do not believe it'll be on Amazon. It'll just basically be through healingcodecards.com, at least in the meantime, and then maybe later on, when Amazon kind of smartens up a little bit more. So anyways, I'm looking forward to this new deck that's going to come out. It's not really a new deck, it's still the body deck, but it's just a special edition. It's a second edition, and there's going to be a lot more cards in it, and it's just going to look a lot nicer. So I'm looking forward to rolling that out. Okay, and of course, healingcodeshop.com. So you see here some examples of some t-shirts and bags that you can get, hats, socks, etc. So a lot of apparel that is there. So Healing Code shirts, hats, and more. Heal your body with apparel. And you can go to healingcodeshop.com. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. And of course, hello everybody on the chat right now. I see the chat here, and I see the chat over my other side of the window. So as you can see, I've made some beefing up to the OBS studio. So anyways, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started today with the guided meditation. Okay, so this guided meditation is going to focus on the Earth. We have done this before in weeks past. It's just been a couple of weeks because we've had Empathic Interfacing live, and I had Zach Hader on last week talking about the processes of the equinoxes. So again, we're back to New Earth TV Live, and we're going to start off with a guided meditation. So hello everybody, thank you very much for joining me. I'm glad to hear you guys like the intro music in the countdown, right? That countdown music, right? That music was playing, so you guys should have been able to hear it. Anyways, glad you like it. So let's go ahead now and get started with our guided meditation. Just get yourself into a nice, relaxed, comfortable posture, making sure your body is free of any tension. Okay, and we can place our hands either upon the center of our chest, or we can place it on our lap, whatever you feel is good. Okay, I'll do the chest here. Let's take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. And once again, deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more time, deep breath in. Deep breath out. And just relaxing yourself and breathing normally. And now I just want you to bring your focus and awareness down to the bottom of your feet. Feeling your feet opening up. And just feeling black roots coming out through the feet, connecting deeper and deeper to the earth. going deeper past the crust, going deeper past the mantle, going right into the core, connecting directly to the heart of the earth, connecting to her heart, connecting to her center. And I want you now just to focus and to connect with the earth and feel her as you feel your own body. You are connecting to the pure consciousness of Mother Earth. And now you are moving out of your own physical body, and you are coming into the physical body of Mother Earth. You are now the entire planet. You feel the land masses, you feel the oceans, you feel the air, you feel the atmosphere, the sky, the clouds, everything that is Mother Earth. For the earth is now your body. The earth is now your vessel. And as you feel this, I want you just to observe yourself as the Mother Earth body. Looking upon the lands, looking upon the surface, looking upon the oceans, looking throughout the sky, and just feeling as Mother Earth feels. That there is indeed a lot of debris upon her surface. As you look inward through the Mother Earth body, there is debris within the core. And so you're feeling all of these areas that require attention. You're feeling the people of the earth. You're feeling the animals. You're feeling the vegetation, the nature, the elements, everything that makes up Mother Earth's physical body. And again, you're just seeing these spots upon the earth, representing that of black liquid. And this represents the dense energy, the stagnant energy, the out of harmony energy. And now I want you to look outside of yourself, just like we're able to see the earth as we're zooming out and we're seeing the entire planet Earth in our perspective. And just above the earth is a black ball, hovering just above the North Pole of the earth. And through that black ball, we're seeing a large black root coming out of it and connecting directly to the earth. And this root is wrapping itself around the northern and southern poles, going inwards to the planet, and feeling these roots just wrapping around the entirety of the earth. Seeing every continent upon the planet being wrapped around with this black root. Seeing the oceans being wrapped around with this root. The interior of the planet, the northern and southern entrances, everything inside wrapped around with these black roots. And tuned into those specific spots that you have felt, those black spots, that black liquid. And now what we're going to do, as all the roots are completely connected to the areas of the earth, is we're going to do the apologetic affirmation to the earth. So this is where you can repeat after me. I apologize to the earth for being neglectful regarding these conditions that she has had to endure. I ask for Mother Earth's forgiveness. I ask for Mother Earth's assistance to help clear away these conditions, to release them to Spirit, bringing them up into purification and into forgiveness in totality. And so it is. Okay, let's take a deep breath in, deep breath out. And now, again, as you return to the earth body, I want you to feel all of that black liquid dense energy, all of those spots that you were feeling before, feeling all of that being absorbed up through the roots and contained directly into the black ball container. So we're feeling all of that black liquid dense energy from these pockets of the earth, and they are now being extracted. They are being absorbed and placed directly into the black ball. So what we are going to do now is just do 3 minutes of silence. After the 3 minutes of silence, we will work to clear out the black ball altogether. So let's go ahead and do 3 minutes of silence here and now. Okay, now we can return as we've given it 3 minutes, and we're just feeling that black root, the black liquid dense energy going into the black ball. And now together we can all join in as we are now going to go ahead and connect with spirit, and we're going to clear out all of that black liquid dense energy through all of our versions of the black ball, because each of us are seeing it differently. So again, you can place your hands upon the center of your chest. Okay, just take deep breaths in, deep breaths out, and just kind of connect with spirit simultaneously, as I will. I command God's spirit light to cancel out, eliminate, neutralize, and purge all of the black liquid dense energy contained within the black ball above Mother Earth for all who are participating with this meditation and the black balls that they see above the earth, purging all of that black liquid dense energy from the black ball, putting it up into source consciousness to be purified and forgiven in totality. Apply. Okay. And now as you look at the black ball, if you are seeing it as empty, very good. You can see that black ball dissolving. If you still see that there's a little bit of residue in that black ball, you're just going to connect with that black ball right now. Look at that last little bit of residue there, and you're just saying the words, I love you, I love you, I love you, repetitively, okay? You keep saying it to the black ball until all of that debris, that residual energy is gone. Once that residual energy is gone, you'll see the black ball fade away. And now we're going to see the white ball coming just above the earth now. Okay, so seeing the large white ball, a hollow white ball, just above the earth now. And we're going to see a white root coming down and connecting to the north and southern poles of the earth, and feeling that white root wrap around the entire earth. So the entire earth is now completely wrapped around with this white root. And the white ball represents positive reinforcement. It represents love energy. And so that's what we're going to do right now, is we're going to feel our love coming into this white ball. So again, you are still the earth. You are the body of the earth, here and now in this moment. Now, I want you to imagine like you're just flying through your own body, right? You're levitating up from the ground and you're flying, just like those dreams you might have, where you feel you're flying through the skies. That's all you're doing right now. But upon this earth, there are no humans. It's just between you and the natural beauty of the earth. It's between you, it's between the animals, it's between vegetation and nature. It's between you and the beauty of the earth. And I want you just to fly around the earth, going everywhere, touching every spot, flying over the lands, flying over beautiful tropical islands, flying over spaces that have majestic, beautiful waterfalls, seeing the aurora borealis, just seeing these paradises. How does that make you feel? Does it make you smile? Does it make you feel good? Then that's where you want to put your energy. You want to put your energy in that white ball as you feel all of this loving energy, this compassion that you have for the earth. You're just sending all of that energy directly into the white ball. And it's not just your energy. This is together in connection with the earth. So it is your love energy, and it is the love energy of the earth as well. She is showing herself to you. She is showing her entire body. She is showing you her entire soul. And just feel that love, that compassion, that beautiful, truly unconditional love that the earth has for you. For you are her child. And just feel that energy now coming directly into the white ball, making it 100% full. And as that white ball is 100% full, we're going to go ahead and connect to spirit again. So we're going to send all of that white liquid love energy directly into the earth. Okay? So you can now join me in spirit as we connect together. I command God's spirit light to place pure spirit codes directly into the white ball, into the white liquid contained above the earth, sending all of this pure, beautiful white liquid in the white ball directly into every facet of the earth, into every spot of the earth, filling the earth with pure love, with pure compassion, regenerating, rejuvenating, replenishing, purifying, and perfecting her being altogether. Apply. Let's feel that white liquid leaving the white ball, going directly into the earth. So it's just like you're seeing the earth almost like a star. It's like you can see this white liquid turning into white light. And the earth is now a luminescent white star with all this pure love. I want you to imagine like you could just take your hands and you're massaging that white liquid, that white light, directly into the earth. It's like putting a salve or a cream upon the earth. And as soon as you touch it, all of that energy is grounding. It's ingraining itself directly into the earth. So it's like the earth is right here, and you're just taking your hands and you're just rubbing that energy directly into the earth. You're feeling that love, and you can feel the earth's joy as you do this. It's like you're sculpting that energy and just putting it into the earth. You're feeling it going into her body, and she is feeling absolutely overjoyed that you are doing this. So just feel all of that light, all of that luminescence ingraining directly into the body of the earth. And let's take another deep breath in, deep breath out. Exhale. Okay. We can now return to the present moment. Come back into physical reality, back into your physical human bodies. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and return. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining me with that. Like I said, it's very important that we do this every week, right? That we're working with the earth every single week. I would suggest if you guys have the means, if you have the time, do this every single day, right? Just come back to this recording. I've had previous recordings of this as well, too. Do any of those recordings and just spend some time with the earth, blessing her, right? Clearing out all of that black liquid debris, putting all of this love energy, this white liquid into her body and sculpting that energy into the body. And again, like I said, she's like a sigh of great joy of she's completely overjoyed, feels such elation from her children putting this love energy into her. That is her children taking responsibility, taking care of their mother, right? We want to make sure we do this as often as possible. We only have this one earth. She's our home. She's our mother. Please take good care of her. Okay, that's for everybody. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go into group healing. I already got some people asking questions already. That's great. We're not at the questions yet, guys, so hold your horses. We're going to still be, we're going to do the group healing right now. Okay, then after the group healing, we'll be getting into the Q&A. So, for the group healing right now, instead of focusing on the earth, we're focusing on ourselves. Okay, so I want you just to place your hands upon the center of your chest. Again, seeing that black ball contained in the center of your chest. And right now, I just want you to do a scan of your body. Okay, just going up from the top of your head, going all the way down to the bottom of your feet. And I want you, again, just like the earth, feeling those black spots, those black liquid spots. Okay. This may be surface-based tension, surface-based stress. This could be some energy in the pain body. Okay, you may have some pain energy there. You may even go deeper, right into the organs. But just wherever you feel that there's a black liquid dense energy in a certain spot that you maybe want to focus on, right? So maybe if you want to work on your lungs, you want to work on your liver, you want to work on your neck, your head, your back, your knees, your ankles, whatever it is. Just looking at that particular spot. Okay. Once you discover that spot, you're seeing a black root coming out through the black ball, going to that particular area. If you have a multitude of areas, you're seeing the black root going into those multitude of areas. And it's just wrapping around that area or those areas. And of course, what we need to do, just like we did with the earth, is we do the apologetic affirmation. Okay? So again, you can repeat after me. I apologize to my body for being neglectful regarding this condition or these conditions. I ask for my body's forgiveness as well as its assistance to clear away these conditions, releasing them to spirit to be purified and to be forgiven in totality. And so it is. Okay. So now that we have done the apologetic affirmation, we're going to see all that black liquid dense energy being sucked up, being absorbed, and placed directly into the black ball. you're now seeing the black ball getting filled up with all of this black liquid, dense energy from these previously compromised areas. Okay, I'll just give you a few moments to do that now. Okay, so now that we have gone ahead and done that, we will now connect together and clear away all of the black liquid dense energy as we connect to Spirit. So again, you can connect with Spirit with me here together. I command God, Spirit, Light to cancel out, eliminate, neutralize, and purge all of the black liquid dense energy contained within the chests of everyone that is watching this meditation and participating with it here and now in this moment, purging all of that black liquid dense energy from the black ball in their chests, putting it up into source consciousness to be purified and forgiven in totality. Apply. Okay, taking a deep breath in, deep breath out. Okay, so now you look at that black ball, see if that black ball is empty. If it is empty, you can see that black ball dissolving away. If it is not empty, if you see a little bit of residual, just like we saw with the earth, okay, if there's a little bit of residual energy there, what do we say? I love you, I love you, I love you, okay, repetitively to the black ball until we see all of that black liquid dense energy, the residuals, completely clear away. Once it's cleared away, black ball dissolves. Okay, and in its place, a white ball appears. Okay, a hollow white ball contained in the center of your chest. And again, what is the white ball? The white ball is positive reinforcement. It's love energy. Okay, this is just another rendition of the BCR technique. That's all we're doing here. Okay, just more visually using a black ball and a white ball. Okay, remember that the black ball, white ball technique is also on my YouTube channel. Okay, it's free and you can check it out should you want to practice it a lot more. All right, so placing our hands upon the white ball, closing our eyes. And now I want you to think of a very, very positive thought, a very, very positive feeling. You may even want to go back to when you were flying in the sky with the earth and you were just feeling so much happiness, so much joy, so much elation as well too, as the earth was sharing her soul together with you. But this can even go through connecting with your loved ones as their higher selves, connecting with your angels, exploring a beautiful space that you have created, and just being completely entrenched in this beautiful love energy, this bliss energy that you feel. A happy memory, a happy dream, a happy thought, a happy feeling. And we're just taking all of that energy that we're putting here towards this positive reinforcement, and we're just directing it directly into the white ball. So the white ball is collecting all of this happy energy, this love energy, this pure blissful energy that you're experiencing right now. It's like you can imagine that you're just taking out a soap bubble. That soap bubble has that happy thought, and you're just moving it into the white ball. It pops inside the ball, and white liquid appears. Okay, and we're just doing that again, and again, and again. Pop inside the white ball. White liquid appears. Pop, white liquid. Pop, white liquid. Okay, and we're just letting the white ball be filled up with all this pure, loving, happy, blissful white liquid. Okay, and once that white ball has been filled with the white liquid, we will once again connect with Spirit together. I command God's Spirit Light to place pure, loving Spirit codes directly into the white ball, into the white liquid, distributing that white liquid directly into all of the areas of the ones who are watching this right now, participating with the meditation, directly into their areas that were previously compromised. Bringing this pure, loving energy directly into those areas, regenerating, rejuvenating, replenishing, purifying, and perfecting those areas within their being. Apply. Okay, deep breath in, deep breath out. And so just like we did with the earth, we're just looking at ourselves with that white liquid, right? It's leaving the ball. It's going into the area or areas of your body that were previously compromised. And just like the earth, you're now seeing your body becoming a luminescent form, right? You're seeing it turn into a star. And you're going to see all that luminescent energy there, and you can massage that energy into the greater depths of your body, all right? So you're taking that energy, you're massaging it in, and it's going deeper and deeper inside. And just feel that love. It's like you just have love on your hands, and you're just massaging that love directly into your body, going into the depths of your core, and just feel yourself being replenished, being set free completely, as this is basically a massage for your own soul. Okay, so let's take another deep breath in, deep breath out. And let's return now into our physical body. Let's return now into the present moment. And thank you, everybody, for joining me with that. I'm just kind of experiencing the collective energy right now. A lot of people are really taking this work seriously. I can feel it. I can feel when I'm connecting to the earth right now. I can feel a lot of you guys have been doing that work along with me. When we're doing the group healing, I can feel you guys doing that with me. It's like my body is feeling lighter. Just as I'm doing this broadcast right now, sharing this with all of you, all right? This is really what matters the most, guys, okay? We have our intellectual questions. We have our questions with Adronis. We have questions with me, right? And that's all well and good. That's cool, okay? But this is what matters, okay? When you take care of your Mother Earth and you're putting that love directly into her, that is beyond beautiful, okay? When you're working with yourself and you're doing this inner work and it feels like your soul is being polished, it's being cleaned, that is beyond beautiful. That's what matters, okay? That's what you want to continue to do on a daily basis. I mean on a daily basis, not weekly, not bi-weekly, not monthly, okay? But daily. Take 5 minutes, take 10 minutes, okay? And just do this work, cleaning it out, cleaning out your body, and bring it into pure replenishment, all right? Of course, I love the questions. I know Adronis loves the questions as well too. And like I said, it's great. But this is really what's important the most, is our inner work and working with the earth. Okay? All right, guys. So let's go to questions now because quite a few of them are piling up. And hello, everybody from all over the world. Yeah, I don't think people were able to hear the beginning music intro because I think it was just something with my OBS studio. I think it was on monitor. So let me try a test here, guys. I'm just going to put the song back on and see if you guys can hear it, okay? Okay, I'm pretty sure you guys will be able to hear it now. Okay, so hopefully you guys were able to hear that. Yeah, I just had a monitor issue with that. It was actually on mute with the monitor, so I fixed that up. So next broadcast, guys, you'll be able to hear that delightful music. I'm glad you guys like it. It's a pretty cool song. Anyways, well, if it's a little loud, adjust your volume button, guys. That's all. It's a little bit louder than how I speak. The microphone I have here, Yeti microphone, it's actually on its last legs. So I'm actually getting a new microphone. So next week, I'll have a much better by next week's broadcast, next Friday, I'll have a much better microphone, better quality. Okay, this one's just kind of, I've had it for a couple of years and it's starting to get some wear and tear on it. Okay, anyways, microphones and cool music aside, let's go ahead and move into the questions. So, okay, here's a good one here from Clear Mind. So, actually, what I should do before I get too much into the Q&A is do this. There we go. Of course, I can't scroll with the live chat here on the window, but I can on the separate panel here. So the first question here is from Clear Mind. Clear Mind says, "Hi Brad, can you ask Adronis what are some ways that we can clear out the auric field? I personally prefer a hot shower." Okay, great. So let me go ahead and take a moment to bring Adronis in, and he can talk about some ways to clear out the aura. All right, one moment. Terra. Soul Star. CDS. Adronis. We are here. At this time, we bid you greetings and thank you very much for the opportunity of this interaction today. We say hello to you all and we thank you very much, Clear Mind, for the question pertaining to the idea of cleaning the auric field. What are some good ways to do this? As you stated that you prefer a hot shower, all right. That's one particular way of doing it. You can also look into cold showers because cold showers are also very rejuvenating. They work in regards to a great deal of benefits for your physical body. They improve the idea of blood circulation. They open up blood vessels a lot more. Brings in that sense a further complement of oxygenation into the body as well. It actually clears away a lot of internal blockages, preferably that is emotionally caused. Cold showers work very, very well for this. Some can also prefer to sage themselves down, that they have sage and they will do a sage cleaning upon themselves. Some may also use other particular forms of aromas that they are in alignment with, whether it be rose or lavender or cinnamon or anything else that you feel very, very attracted to. That too brings about a great deal of forms of energetic auric releasing. A lot of it is just getting yourself into a centered state of being, going into meditation, going into your center, feeling calm and relaxed, not concerning about the amount of thoughts that are within your mind, but you are seeing them like stars upon the sky. You know the stars are there, but you're not connecting to any particular star in particular. You are therefore just seeing the star field. And that, therefore, is the nature of bringing yourself into harmony, into center, into calmness within your mind. The thoughts are stars, and you're just focusing on the star field, not on one particular star, not on one particular thought. And as you go into your center, and you move into the lower brainwave states, the alpha, the theta, the delta, you relax yourself more because that's all you're doing. You go into these lower brainwave states, what's happening? The activity becomes less and less. If you are constantly connecting to thoughts and attaching to them and feeling possessed by them in that way, you are maintaining yourself at a higher wavelength. And that's keeping your mind active. So again, it's like you're seeing the star field. But you're just centering and calming yourself. You're following the breath. You're seeing the star field. You're going into your center. You're coming into void. And you're going into the lower brainwave states. And you're feeling calm. And you're feeling relaxed. Your mind is awake, but it is not active, as it were, because it's moving into these deeper states. It is calmed. It is moving into a serenity. And it is through there, this is actually what brings about the greatest benefit of clearing your energy. The more that you meditate on this daily basis, going into the lower brainwave states, the alpha, the theta, the delta, and you are serene in that state, in that space. This is what does the cleaning. This is what empowers you the most, is you go into the silence. You go into the center. That is what brings you into true harmony. That is what clears your energy. That is what brings you into that clean slate altogether. So that is our highest recommendation. Through that space, in that calmness, you can tell your body, clear yourself. Release all that which does not serve in this moment. Let my space be cleansed, and let it be as calm as how I feel now. To my divine energy, to my creative forces, let it be done. And it is done. This is what we recommend altogether. All right? Thank you very much. Okay, great. Thank you very much, Clear Mind, for your question. Let's move on here to the next question. Okay, here's one from Ski Infinites. Would love to hear Adronis' views on Bitcoin. Okay, a lot of people talking about Bitcoin in a sense. Well, again, before I bring Adronis in, Adronis talks about cryptocurrency, right? Because that's really where things are going. It's not just one particular facet of cryptocurrency, right? He has talked about Bitcoin. Bitcoin's kind of like the front runner. It's kind of like looking at a race, right? You see that in first place is Bitcoin, right? But that's not the only thing there is. There's a lot more coming. It's the cryptocurrency itself that truly is the benefit, and it will be beneficial as long as it remains decentralized. But anyways, I will go ahead and bring Adronis in, and he can elaborate on this further. All right? We thank you very much for your question pertaining to what you term as Bitcoin. Yes, again, as we agree to what Brad has previously shared, it is not about the idea of just one particular type of cryptocurrency. There will be others on the market that in time that will actually be in that sense meeting up closer to the first place. Some of you may believe that this may be Ethereum or Litecoin in that particular way or other forms in that particular way. It really doesn't matter. It's the idea that the cryptocurrency remains as its original intention. If anything falls away from that original intention, then that's when you can easily migrate any particular forms of funds that you have with another branch of that cryptocurrency and into another one. But again, this is all just relating to financial degrees in that way. Financial conversations. It really is not that important. Really, the key here is looking at your abundance. Realizing in that sense that if you do decide to invest in something of that nature, it's money that you're not afraid to lose. You are not taking your entire fortunes and feeling that you are placing it upon that without actually being able to research, without even being able to test the waters with it in that particular way. You have to understand that as you term, your stock markets are going to rise and fall, and it is like a continual wave. You have to be aware of these waves because you will have signals, you will have signs, you will be aware of when these particular forms of stock markets fall and then rise again, fall and then rise again. But again, it's as we talked about, it's not too important about looking at the technical matters. It's about yourself as an abundant person, as an abundant being. Because abundance can come to you in so many different ways. It does not always have to come to you through money. Did you know that you have the abundance within yourself to acquire a house without paying a single dime for it? To have a car in your driveway without paying a single dime for it? Because it is those who are abundantly in alignment to such things that bring it about. That you could have millions and millions of dollars in your bank account tomorrow because one is in alignment in abundance with those kind of things. It's not impossible. People on your planet have done this. They have shared that they have done this. They have been able to travel the entire world without spending a single penny. They have done this. You see, again, you're still looking into a lot of the technicalities of life. While statistically speaking, this might happen. There might be a stock market rise or a stock market fall. You're playing along with the game. You're not looking at your own abundance. You're not looking at your own essence, your own quintessence about what you know you're capable of. But many of you do not have that inner faith of feeling that you can just go ahead and acquire a house without spending a single penny. Because many of you will say, oh, come on, Adronis, that's impossible. Then why have there been other people on your planet who have done this? They have been able to acquire a house because they have listened to their hearts. They have gone into the creative forces. They have connected with their own higher states and have done exactly as they have been guided to do. And they have been able to acquire a house without spending a single penny. They have been able to acquire a vehicle without spending a single penny. What makes you think you can't do this? It is your lack. It is your beliefs. It is the walls that you put up upon yourselves to make it feel like you can't do this. There's no way that can happen, Adronis. I can't do that. I can't see anybody doing that. Well, then that's the reality that you live in. That's the vibration you're giving off. So of course you're not going to experience it. But we are telling you that there are others on your planet who have done this because they listen to guidance. They listen to the creative forces within themselves. They listen to spirit. And they follow everything in regards to where spirit guides them because they have been spending their time working on their inner being, doing their inner work, where they have become highly receptive to their innerness. And their innerness now tells their physical body, tells them where to go, what to do. And then it will lead to this. And that's what they do. They follow the path. Now they have a house. Now they have a car. Now they have $1 million in their bank account. Just like that, just like that, just like that. They may offer a service. They may talk to people. They may help a person looking into a very miraculous situation. And through that reward comes that. Money in the bank, a new car, a new house, just like that. All of you have the capability to do this, but many of you are not behind the support of being able to do this. This again is why you're again working so much with the intellectual nature of reality. Feeling I need to keep an eye on the stock markets. Well, then most likely you're going to have challenges because you're only following statistics. You're behaving like a robot. And so again, if you submit yourself to the material world, you're going to be at the pros and cons relating to the material world because that's all you're choosing to align to. So what we are sharing with you here is the receptivity that you can achieve by working within yourself on a daily basis, by listening to yourself, by going into that quiet space that we talked about earlier, and making this a dedication to yourself. Otherwise, why are you here? We're not talking about your traditional world. We're not talking about your materialism and feeling that you have to follow trends and statistics. That's not what we're here to do. We're telling you to go beyond all of that because those things are bland. They are cold. They are idle in regards to their nature of creations. They're meant to be controlled by a higher mind. And as long as you align to that higher mind, everything is now completely bent to anything that you feel you wish, to helping out another as you wish. It's up to you. You are creator. You are God. Please remember this. All right? We thank you. Okay, some food for thought there, guys. Very good. Okay, let's go down the list here. Okay. So here's one from Sean Ryshak. Hi, Brad. Those who take the vaccine, have they chosen this through their soul contract? Does our blood type have any connection to the star family we belong to in this lifetime? That's kind of a different question, but... well, again, you have to understand that the soul contract is not what many of you think it is. Okay, it's not written in the idea of fine print here. It says, so-and-so must take vaccination at this particular time or else. Okay, it doesn't work that way, guys. That's not how it operates. Okay, you have to understand that really when you're looking at your soul contract, a lot of them appear as blank pages. It's not until you actually start to move into the particular experience of the theme in question that certain things start to appear. But you have to understand that at the very back, at the very bottom page of the back page of your contract, it says contract subject to change. Okay? It is a constant changing contract. It is a constant changing agreement. The thing is, many of you believe in fate, and that's your problem. Okay? If you're constantly believing in the state of fate and saying, oh my God, I'm fated to get a vaccine. I'm fated to move to this place. I'm fated to be in this relationship that I really am not happy in being with. That's you accepting fate. You've already basically made it a done deal. You've already put a stamp in saying, boop, fate. And that's it. That's not how the universe works, right? That's not how you work. You are a God. You are a creator, right? I really don't know how to make this more clearer to you guys when I say that you are a God, you are a creator, and you're playing in a sandbox, okay? It's a big sandbox. You're going around and you're creating all these things. So, oh, well, I guess because I've created this, there's no possible way I could ever get around this. What the hell are you talking about? You created it out of sand. There you go. You've just swatted it, and now it falls apart. Returns back as sand again. So again, if you constantly think that you're fated for this, what you're doing is you're creating these figures out of sand. And you're just saying, oh, I can't touch that. I don't dare touch that. I really cannot touch that. Otherwise, this will happen. You create that fear with a consequence, and that becomes the fate, which means you're creating all of these things out of your fear. Guys, how do you best control a person? You make them afraid. You scare them to death, because now they're so susceptible. They're open to so much suggestion. They're in the palm of your hands. And now you tell them, give me all your money. Sign over the deed to your house to me. I got a puppet now. That is where many of you are coming from, relating to understanding your soul contract, relating to the agendas that are coming through. You're again saturated with fear, right? And I see a lot of these people who are spiritual teachers for many years, and they get into the fear train, right? They get right into this fear and saying, oh, if this happens, if that happens, blah, 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 blah. You guys have forgotten who you are. You've forgotten that you're creator. You've forgotten that you're God inside. If you do not want to have any particular part of a vaccination or anything of that nature, you do not have to. You can let it all go completely. You have no part of it because that is what you are certain of. And when you are certain of that idea, there's nothing that can contradict that. You're the only one that lets those little trolls in, right? Because you buy into fear. Someone tells you something, you get afraid, you open a door, okay, Jesus, just tell me what I have to do to get out of this situation. Right? What do I have to do? What do I have to do? What do I have to do? You're completely open and receptive, and you're a victim. Okay? So many people do this. Guys, I have talked to over 10,000 people over the past 12 years, one-to-one, right? And this is very, very common. Okay? And they tell me they're on a spiritual journey, but, well, Brad, I'm doing all this work, but, well, one of the important things of looking into yourself, being on an inner journey rather, is looking into where you have fear, right? Fear is a great culprit, right? It's an unnatural energy that we give so much power to because this entire artificial system is built upon fear and control. So as long as we continue to subscribe to fear, we will be controlled. And you see other people being controlled. And you get angry that other people are being controlled. And you fight with them because they're under control. That's not the answer. A lot of it is compassion. A lot of it is working together with the higher levels. Sometimes we have to do the tough love. That does happen as well too. But nonetheless, there's love and tough love. Believe me, I'm one of those guys that is a tough lover. There's been times I've had to kick people in the butts quite a few times. Adronis has had to come in and bust people's balls at times as well too. Because they're not getting it, right? They're just basically going around loop to loop, saying you're not listening to what we're saying to you. Do you understand what we're saying here? Did you not understand that what we just shared with you is how you are able to get out of this? Oh, blah, 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 right? And then you have to kind of get into that tough love up into a particular point where you simply leave it aside and you let them digest it, okay? So guys, I've talked to 10,000 people, well over 10,000 people these 12 years. Not to mention people I've done in groups and seminars and events, right? So many thousands of people I've talked to. And I know exactly how a lot of these people act. I've seen it, right? And there are those who are able to get out of their fear. But what happens is they wind themselves back together. I have yet to see a person who has completely alleviated their fear. 100%. They're doing good. They're working through their challenges, okay, and they're doing good, but they're not out of it yet. I'm still not out of mine yet, right? So I'm along with the group as well too. There's still going to be some type of fear that we're going to experience because a lot of us have volunteered to be a part of the modern world. And the modern world is the messiest world there is. It's not like being out in the Amazon. It's not like being in the caves of Tibet or something of that nature where you are completely withdrawn from the modern world, because that actually makes it a little bit more easier. There are those of us who are again in the modern world. We're in the metropolises. We're in the big cities, right? And we are facing this every single day. We are really the ground crew, okay? The ground crew has one of the most challenging jobs there is, because we are just learning to walk through society, but we are not living in society, right? We are not subscribing to the idea of what we feel society represents. So that's where there becomes a challenge, right? So this all goes back to the soul contract. You have to understand that it's constantly an open contract. It is not written in stone. There's pages, but those pages can change, okay? So we want to rethink the idea of what we feel a soul contract is. It's not a fateful contract. It's an open one, okay? Second part of his question was, does our blood type have any connection to the star family we belong to in this lifetime? In a way, yeah, it depends. That's way too long of a subject to go into, though, because there's all kinds of blood types and there's all kinds of people that are associated in different ways. But in a short answer, yes, there's connections. Everything ties together in that sense. Nothing is ever disassociated with anything within creation, right? It's all part of a larger connection, a larger web, all right? Thank you, Sean, for your question. Okay, I'm just trying to go down here a little bit more. Okay. Okay, here's one from Matthias Layton. This is kind of a unique question. So Matthias asks, question for Adronis, is it true that our biological systems are far more energetically creative at between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. and far less creative between 2 a.m. and 4 p.m.? Okay, one moment. Thank you very much for your question, Matthias. To answer your question, the answer is both yes and no. All right? It is not about being more creative or less creative, but it is the idea that, as you would understand, at the peak time of your 3 a.m. hour comes a larger amount of dimethyltryptamine entering your brain. And so basically during this particular time, this is part of your biological clock. You can certainly utilize that for creative aspects in that way. But again, many people in that way will be in dream time quite commonly during that hour. And this actually allows, in that sense, what you would know as a greater core of dream time to take place. You will find yourself in deeper realms. You will find much more of a vividness. In fact, many of you who dream during this time will actually have much more of the vivid memory of those dreams because of that 3 a.m. hour. So it does come a little before, like at 2 a.m., a little bit after 4 p.m. That, again, is what you would know as the before and after effects of it. The idea in that sense of it being a lot less pertaining to the 3 p.m. hour in that way is much more of what you would know as a lower time, yes, but it is not a lack of creativity. So this really doesn't have anything to do with creativity. It's just the nature of your biological clock in that way. It is basically resetting itself. As again, as it folds inwards, it must fold outwards at the same time. So technically, yes, there is a correctness to what you are saying, but it really does not affect your creativity because your creativity is subjective. So many of you may want to, in that sense, boost your creativity because you are utilizing it to that effect relating to the 3 a.m. hour. And if that's something you wish to do, that's up to you. But it's not really, in that sense, diminishing your creativity in any particular way. Because that can, shall we say, from what we have witnessed through many of you, be quite abundant throughout the entire day, morning, afternoon, evening, and the middle of the night. So again, it's like a wave. You are taking your surfboard in that way, and you're surfing this wave because you can go much more into the nature of inner creativity, of inner work, because you have that DMT charge, as it were, at 3 a.m. And at the 3 p.m., it starts to settle itself out a bit more, and then slowly starts to rise up again until it hits 3 a.m. There's the peak, and there's the wave. So, utilizing your own creative aspects is subjectively decided. And if that's something that you want to do, and if that's a wave you want to surf, you certainly have the means to do so. All right? We thank you very much. Okay. Yes, and that is very true, because there's quite a few times where I wake up at 3 a.m. and I'm just completely high on DMT. So there's times where I just go into my dreams and I feel them very, very vivid, and they hold the most memory because it's really an unforgettable experience. So a lot of it, when we hit that 3 a.m. hour and we're asleep, a lot of our dreams become the most vivid. And those are the ones that we usually remember the most. Writing that course for about an hour or so, give or take, depending on the person, right? Because there's times where we can continue to surf that wave. We can continue to work and elevate that wave. That wave can last a little bit longer, right? It could go up to about 4:30, for example. So I've had those experiences as well, too. So Matthias, that's a really great question. Thank you for asking that. Okay. So let me just go down a little bit more here. Angelic says there is no COVID. You're right. I've already talked about this in previous videos. I'm not trying to get into it too much, but this is why I've always called it a scamdemic, right? It's kind of obvious. The funny thing is that people are waking up from this. They're realizing that even the common person, right? Person who works 9 to 5 at a job, they know all this stuff is BS. It's a bunch of crap. Of course, it's a scamdemic. What do you expect? So, like I said, I do not feel it's going to be lasting too much longer. Okay. I'm not trying to get too much into the vaccination stuff, guys. I've talked about that in the past, and it really doesn't help to constantly keep talking about it, right? It's just a decision. If you guys have already made the decision that you don't want to have vaccines in your life, let it be, right? If you constantly go into the fear agendas about it, there's AI in it, there's nanobots in it. Yes, there's gene editing stuff in it in that way, but you can also reverse a lot of that technology to actually improve your body in regards to states of longevity. It's the idea that they're using neutral technology, but they're using it as a weaponized form. Whereas you can take that very same weaponized technology and you can turn it into a beneficial form. It can work to repair your blood cells. It can work to repair your organs. It can work to lengthen your telomeres, right? That gene editing technology. It's basically very similar to what you can find inside the med beds, right? They can work with that. They can work with injections as well too, and basically bring these nanobots into your body, and they start reconstructing everything. They go in, they start repairing dead cells, they start repairing organs, they can start repairing limbs, and that's through AI, guys. That's through nanobots, okay? You have to understand that there's two sides to everything. But in this way, the reason why this is being used in this way is because it's being weaponized, right? It's a weaponized technology. But really, it just comes down to something simple. Am I going to take the vaccine? No, thank you. Good. Continue on with your life. Person you know maybe getting into vaccinations, educate them a little bit. Not giving them into fear, but just say, hey, just before you do that, you should just look into this a little bit more. That's what I would suggest. Ultimately, it's your life. You have to decide what's best for you. I can't force you to take it or not take it, right? But this is what I've decided, and what I would suggest is just to educate yourself a little bit more. Look into the side effects. Look into what other people are saying about this. Look at how this has impacted other people. Just be aware of that. And that's it. You pass it on. Friendly, soft, okay? You're not saying, you better not take this or you'll die. They're not going to listen to you, okay? That just becomes foolish, okay? You want to, again, educate a person. It's not like a teacher's taking a test and saying, you better pass this test or I'll fail your ass. No. It's just that here is a test. Do well and the best you can. Begin, okay? It's all you're doing is you're working together in much more of a soft approach with people, because that is how they're much more receptive towards you. If you're basically saying, if you take that vaccine, you're dead. You're a dead man. You're a dead woman. They're not going to listen to you. They're going to block you, right? They're going to phase you out of your life, out of their life. They're not going to want to talk to you. You just threatened them. Now, you may not feel like you've threatened them, but you have. Okay? You have to have a little bit more tact relating to how you look at these things, to how you help people out in that way. And that firstly has to start off with you. Are you doing that because this is just a bunch of fear porn that you're seeing upon yourself and feeling, I don't want to take this vaccine because of all the fear porn I've seen? Or is it, again, coming from inside? I do not need that vaccine. I don't need a reason. I simply do not want it. And that's it. Right? Seen all kinds of fear porn pertaining to the vaccine. It's not to say it's wrong, but that's not really the reason of why you're not taking it. It's within yourself. It does not resonate with who you are. And you leave it behind. That's the simple answer. Follow the science of the simple. Work together with other people. Help them to be educated in that, so that they follow the science of the simple. But it's up to them. They have to make their own choices. They are sovereign in their own reality. All right? Just something, again, more food for thought for you guys. Okay? That's it. We control it all. It does not control us. Or we control AI. Yes, because it's just a prop, guys. It's a figure in a sandbox. Right? You create that little figure in a sandbox. And you create these tyrants in your life. You create the government into being tyrants. You create these people being bullies in your life. It's created through you all. Why? Because you're still subscribed to fear. Your fear is still running rampant. You may feel that you're doing a lot better, but not really. You still have a lot of fear in regards to the government. You still have a lot of fear of bullies, your parents, your friends, your family, right? Because maybe they're feeling like they're being bullies to you, blah, blah, blah. Let it all go. Right? Work with yourself. If you're having problems with that, if you're having a hard time accepting what they're saying to you, then that's where there's retreat time. That's where there's withdrawal time. And looking into that and saying, all right, I respect that that's where my parents are coming from, but I have to make my own decision because this is my life. Right? So it's just something you have to look into a little bit more, rather than feeling that you have to make a decision based upon fear. Because if you are making a decision based on fear, you're not free. You're still a slave. This needs to come through your own rapport, through your own resonance, that I will not be a part of this agenda. I don't need to explain it. The answer is simply no, because I'm moving on to other things. My experience has told me, no, you don't need to be a part of this. It is your own resonance. It is your own discernment that makes that decision. When you make decisions based on discernment in life, that's when you're truly free. You are not saying, I'm not taking that because Alex Jones told me not to take it. Because this website that has dancing bunnies on it with an article on it told me not to take it. Okay? That just means that you're aligning yourself with another entity. Okay? You're not going free. You're still holding a shackle upon yourself. And somebody else says, oh, don't do this. You go ahead and you do it. You bark like a dog and you go ahead and you do it. It's like with me, guys. You don't have to listen to a single word I say. I'm not telling you this is how you have to live your life. You have to do this, you have to do that. No, because if that's the way that I'm doing it, then there's something I'm trying to sell to you. There's something that I'm wanting from you guys. And that's not the case, right? You can always throw this away. Everything that I share, you can throw it away. It doesn't matter to me, right? I share this because this is who I am. This is my nature. I bring Adronis in. He shares this information because that's who he is through me. You do not ever have to feel like you have to obey Brad, everything he says 100%. No, you can chuck it away. You can throw it in the trash. It's okay. What matters the most is what I love to see, though, is people who are really saying, Brad, I just take this because I know it's wrong. I know it's not for me to take. Yes, you got it. You made the decision as a sovereign being. Now you get it. Now you understand. And I've met people like that. He says, I'm just doing this because it just doesn't feel right. I just don't want to have it in my life. It's not natural to me. That's it. That's you as a God. That's you as a sovereign being, right? Not because, I just saw this really fearful sight and I shouldn't take this at all, right? And if that's the reason why you're avoiding the vaccine, that is a wrong impression to do it, okay? Which means you're faltering. Oh, Brad, how am I faltering? Because you're giving into fear. Because that fear can now manifest into anything else. And you'll still be controlled by that fear. You'll still have a leash on you and feel that you need to follow a certain person because they know more than I do, because they're much more of an expert. That's a bunch of BS. right? You have the ability to unravel all of this, look at it through your states of experience, and make a decision. What I am attempting to teach every single one of you who is watching this right now is how to be a sovereign being, is how to have independent thought, is how to have independent feelings, how to be God, because you are God. You are God, God is you. That's a fact, guys. That's not a theory. That's not a philosophy. That's the truth. We all are. So again, it's working together with the state of you being a sovereign being. Not because this person says don't take the vaccine. Not because some nurse says don't take the vaccine. Not because CNN says take the vaccine. Right? You are making this decision yourself. You cannot explain it. You just know that is not your path. That is you being sovereign. And that's where your power lies. It's the idea of being fearless. You want to look into these fears, right? If you have a boogeyman in your closet, you're going to have enough bravery to open up that closet and realize that the boogeyman was in your mind the whole time, because there's no physical representation of that boogeyman. That's what many of us are scared of. We're scared of this proverbial boogeyman. And then we get so scared we try to bring that into our reality. And now we get versions of that into our reality. Our parents, our friends, our family, co-workers, etc. Government officials, right? It all comes down to a similar magnetic. And the key here is to be free, is to make your own decisions and stand by it. And know what is natural and what is not natural. And that's you making your decisions as an empowered, free, sovereign being. Okay? All right, guys, we are going to wrap up for today. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me on the broadcast today. I really appreciate it. Again, I'll be back on Friday, okay, at 11 a.m. Pacific time, 2 p.m. Eastern. And so I'm looking forward to our next broadcast, where, again, we'll be doing more earth healing, group healing, and more Q&A as well, too. So thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful rest of the week, and I'll speak to you again in another perspective of the now. Take care.